Losing weight with hypothyroidism is hard, but it's not impossible. I've lost 40 pounds with it, and I'm gonna tell you what actually helped me. No sugarcoating, just real talk. First of all, let's get this straight. Yes, hypothyroidism can make it harder to lose weight. Yes, it does slow your metabolism, but it doesn't make it impossible. What it does mean is you do need to be more intentional, find the strategies that work best for your body, and really just play with the cards you're given. I guarantee you, if you follow all these tips that helped me as a girly with hypo, you will be headed way towards the right direction. We're gonna start with number one, which is sleep. People with hypo need more sleep than the average person. Our body does not work optimally at 6 hours of sleep, maybe sometimes even 7. Trying to get at least 8 or 9 is where you start to feel normal, and at 10 hours, you can feel your best. Sleep is really what helps regulate your hormones a little bit more. Since we do have underactive thyroids, which is like the use for everything in our body, we have to make sure that everything else is as optimal as possible, and sleep is something that can help that a lot. It helps with your energy, fatigue. You know, we tend to crash in the middle of the day sometimes. This is gonna help with that, and also with cravings. A lot of the times when we lack sleep, our body is asking for something for energy, and if sleep is not available for us, then it's gonna go for food, which is why we end up consuming more food and gaining weight. The more sleep, the more energy you'll have, the less you'll need the food. Number two is stress. Stress is like poison for people with hypothyroidism. I mean, it's stress for anyone with or without it, but with people with hypo, let's say it's overkill. It jacks up cortisol and it makes your thyroid work even harder. I had to stop glorifying the go, 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 go lifestyle and focus more on walking, meditative things, and honestly having boundaries in my life. Finding ways to de-stress yourself, whether that is at work or even working out too hard, can make a world of a difference in your appetite and your cortisol levels. With that being said, walking has been super crucial for me. That is number 3, is I didn't kill myself. I didn't go crazy with the cardio. All I did was walk daily. If you have to do 2 walks a day, go ahead and do that. I'm sure you can find time in your day to walk at least once, a little bit more than you have in the past. Walking already helps meditate a little bit more, so it can help reduce your stress there, so you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone there. It can help regulate your appetite as well because of that, and it does help burn a few extra calories in your day without making your appetite higher. With that being said, low impact movement is the best for us. Stuff that doesn't stress us even more is the best. So low impact workouts such as Pilates, bar, maybe a little bit of strength training, but nothing too crazy, is gonna be your best friend in this. High intensity workouts will quickly burn you out, raise your cortisol levels, raise your appetite, raise your stress, just all of the above. All of those things are happening to you, and you're gonna get even more stressed out because you're not getting to your goals and just creating this cycle. Diet is 80% of your results, so don't worry too much about how many calories you're burning in a workout, and be more mindful about your diet. When it comes to your diet, portion controlling is your best friend. We all know that processed food is not the best for us, but as someone who has hypothyroidism, we need all the nutrients we can get. We need all the real food we can get. So if you can stick to eating foods that fuel your body, real non-processed foods, eating whole foods here, you're gonna get the best nutrients, and your only goal is to kind of portion control. Because let's be real, you can eat healthy and still be in a caloric surplus. But the good thing is that the healthier you eat, the more nutrients your body gets, the more it's gonna glow, the more it's gonna thrive. And to me, that is a way better option than eating processed low-calorie foods that don't end up satisfying you or having all the nutrients it needs, or just having a bunch of chemicals that probably will mess up your hormones even more. Yes, I still have the processed foods, but I would genuinely prioritize more the whole foods, real foods, and just portion control. At the end of the day, you're not always gonna have low-calorie options around you. When you're on vacation, you're gonna have to portion control with the foods you have around you, even if they're high calorie. So at the end of the day, try to minimize your appetite more by just portion controlling no matter what food you eat, which is a really good one too, because you want to look at food as just food and not this, oh, this is low calorie, so that means I can eat all of it. No, just whatever meal you're having, eat until you are satisfied. And if you think satisfied means, oh yeah, I'm not ever satisfied. Yes, you are, you just haven't recognized it yet. The times where you're like, oh, this is so good, just a few bites more because I'm full or I'm getting full, you stop before that. You stop before you get too full. That is your body telling you that you've had just enough food for yourself. That is very challenging, but it does get easier the more and more you practice it, just like anything else in life. Now, I wanted to point out that if you do have hypothyroidism and you are not treating it, it can make things a lot harder. I was able to lose 30 pounds undiagnosed with hypothyroidism, and then the last 10 once I was diagnosed and got on medication. For quite several months now, I've been on levothyroxine, which is a synthetic thyroid medication. You do not need to be on levothyroxine, but you should definitely go see a doctor and find out the best options for you, whether that is medicinally or holistically. Once I got the proper dose for myself, I genuinely believe that my anxiety got reduced. My appetite honestly did regulate a little bit more. My hair, skin, and nails did improve a little bit. I used to have very thin hair, and I feel like my hair is finally growing a lot faster, a lot healthier. My nails, my lashes, everything grow so much faster now and a little bit healthier. And because the anxiety was going down, the stress went down, which means my appetite went down, and my sleep got a little bit better too. I was just in general able to put all of these things together and be a little bit more mindful in my day-to-day life because I had less stress on myself. So don't be afraid to advocate for a better treatment. Go to a different doctor if you need to, because this can seriously change your life. Also, not treating your hypothyroidism can make it worse in the future and can lead to reproductive issues. If you are planning to have kids, best believe that it will be much, much harder to have kids in the future if you don't take care of that. On a little side note, something that used to happen to me with hypothyroidism before it was treated was every single year I would get these endometriosis attacks because of my hypo, because my hormones would overgrow my endometrium before my period, and the moment that my period would hit, it would hit very strongly, very intensely, and hit me very painfully. And over the years, that hormone starts to elevate and elevate and elevate more, which means every year those periods got worse for me. And if that's not happening to you right now, it could happen to you in the future. And I'm telling you right now, it's the most traumatizing experience in my life, and I would not wish it on my worst enemy. Another one that's really important is if you tend to be really thirsty sometimes or really dry because of your hypo, I know that's a really common thing. It's really important to extra hydrate yourself, having extra water, maybe drinking electrolytes almost every day. That's something I do. I drink electrolytes every single day, and it has changed my life. It actually does help reduce your appetite because, again, it's the same thing with sleep, where it's looking for energy because it didn't get enough of it. Then it's gonna look for food instead. It's the same thing with hydration and water. So make sure you are drinking enough water in your day, or if you think you're hungry, maybe drink a good amount of water first and then find out afterwards. Now, you need to hold yourself accountable, okay? Yes, our metabolisms are slower, all of this stuff, but I've lost 40 pounds with it, and what I've realized is I only eat maybe a little bit less than the average person. Genuinely, if you build enough muscle in your body, if you are active enough in your life, there is no reason why you should be not losing weight, to be honest. You can definitely portion control. You can definitely eat less than you do now. Just be smart about it and listen to when your stomach is just right and satisfied. You also need to keep yourself accountable on the weekends. I mean, you can't lie. There is probably a million things you do that you could be better at. Let's be real. Let's be human right now. You probably eat out very often. You probably eat the fries, or you have extra oil in your stuff. All of that stuff does add up, and we need to be accountable and be more disciplined with ourselves. Being obese or being extremely overweight is not to be excused by your hypothyroidism. Ultimately, we need to be more patient with ourselves, okay? Our body is a little bit more stubborn than the average person, and it's gonna hold on to what it's on it right now a little bit longer than the average person. So when you hear someone say, oh, I lost 10 pounds in a month, best believe that's probably not gonna happen to you, but it's better to start now than never, and you just get worse throughout the years, you know? This is not no 1 month glow up, 2 month glow up. It's not gonna be like you're losing 2 pounds a week and you're gonna keep it off. But slow progress is still progress. I'd rather lose half a pound a week and not crash diet and lose it all because we feel like, oh, it's just not gonna work for us in the end. Because, oh yeah, it's being really slow. Why is it going slow? Might as well give up. Well, no, you have to be accountable with yourself, and things do get easier and better. The less stress you put on your body, the more sleep you give it, the more water you have, the real food you have, being more accountable with yourself. Do it for your health if it's not for that weight loss. These last 3 things I'm gonna talk about are just little add-ons, little tips into your meals and things like that. Protein is your best friend. You don't need to go crazy and track and drink all these protein shakes, things like that, but it is very helpful to keep you fuller for longer. It helps you lose fat and gain muscle. So making sure I like to have at least a palm size or more of protein in every single one of my meals definitely helps keep you fuller and get that more toned look. Now, what I realize is if you can lift just a few times a week and build a little bit more muscle in your body, what happens is your metabolism does get a little bit faster. It's not a crazy huge difference, but at the same time, our hypothyroidism is not making us have such a slow metabolism where we need to eat 500 calories a day to lose weight. Let's be real. So with that being said, with building muscle over time, just a little bit of muscle, that can help improve your metabolism. And let's say with the amount of muscle you end up building in the end, your metabolism will be at the same rate as an average person. It's not instant, but building your metabolism over time, losing fat, eating more protein, all of these things, because you are building more muscle, eating more protein, will increase your metabolism a little bit more and make it more so that you feel like a regular human being in your metabolism. Ultimately, stop comparing your progress to others. People without thyroid issues can play with other roles, but we can't. No, we don't have that luxury where things are a lot easier for us, where things are a lot faster than us, but that's okay. Just stay in your lane and play with the cards you're given, because it is possible. It's not, oh my God, this is the hardest thing in the world. No. You just don't know how to start and you don't know how to play with the cards you're given, so I'm giving them to you here. If I can do it with the slow thyroid, so can you. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Just stop doing what works for everyone else and start doing what works for you. I hope I answered all your questions in here, and if I did, please comment down below saying thank you, what you want to see next, and if you have any other questions, comment them below. I'm always here for you. I always love making these videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!